It's 2025, or whenever you're watching this video, and Grand Theft Auto 4 is still a timeless classic that's worth visiting. Even though the game is nearly 17 years old, it still holds up as one of the best games to play nowadays. So in this video, I'm going to tell you 10 reasons why you should play GTA 4 today, whether you've played it before or not. I hope you enjoyed this video, and if you do, then don't forget to support me by liking this video and subscribing. Just as a heads up though, I did drop a few spoilers about the game in this video, so do keep that in mind if you haven't played the game yet. GTA 4 has one of the most compelling and darkest storylines in the entire franchise, setting itself apart from the other titles in the series. The game introduces you to Niko Bellic, a guy from Eastern Europe who arrives in Liberty City fresh off a boat in hopes to chase that supposed American dream. He reunites with his cousin, Roman, who used to live overseas with him when they were much younger. While Niko was still in Europe, Roman would send him emails bragging about his life in America, but Niko would soon realize that things aren't quite what they seemed to be when he arrived.
So, you full of crap or what? What? Where's luxury condo? Where's sports car? Where's Barbara with big titties and Stephanie who sucks like a vacuum?
What are you talking about?
In your letters to my mother, in your letters to me, all I hear about is Mr. Big, Mr. Roman, living the American dream. Sports cars, condos, women, money, the beach, opportunity. I come here, and the only thing big about your life is the cockroaches.
Niko would eventually reveal that he fled to Europe to escape from his former employer after a ship that was going to smuggle people into Italy sank. Niko abandoned the sinking ship and managed to swim to safety. His employer, however, blamed him for the disaster and vowed to hunt Niko down for revenge. Niko then fled to Liberty City on a ship called the Platypus, which is the boat that he arrived at the city on. But his reasons for coming to Liberty City weren't just about escaping his past. Niko was also searching for the person who betrayed his friends to their enemies during the Yugoslavian War.
When I was in the army, we were going on a mission to ambush a squad who had killed a lot of innocent people. They were our enemies, but we never did it. There were 15 of us, all boys from the village. But one of us betrayed the group. It was a setup, for money. 12 people died, 3 escaped. I know the traitor was not me. So for 10 years, I've been searching for the other 2. One of them lives here.
I won't go too deep into the story since I don't want to give away too much, but where does it go from here? Well, Niko starts off by working for his cousin Roman to keep his cab business afloat. He crosses paths with all kinds of people along the way that he can work for, and in typical GTA fashion, these would give us our missions in the game. But these missions gradually connect to Niko's bigger goal, which is finding the traitor who betrayed his friends during the war. In this time, Niko makes some cool friends where he shares stories and builds relationships with them that would add even more layers to the journey. But it gets darker when Niko's past starts catching up with him, throwing him into some pretty messed up situations. Some missions in the game let you make moral choices that affect the story and how things turn out. It's a cool way to replay the game and see how things will change a second time or third time around, but like I said, I won't spoil the rest, you'll have to see it all unfold for yourself. The story is definitely one of the best parts of the game and is totally worth experiencing. If you've played the game before and would like to see my video on the top 10 darkest moments in GTA 4, click on the card in the upper right hand corner of the video to see it. In that video, I cover some of the darkest and craziest moments that are experienced throughout the game. As you probably know, or maybe not, GTA 4 has 2 DLCs, The Lost and Damned and The Ballad of Gay Tony. When most game companies release DLCs, it's usually just some extra content thrown in. But Rockstar Games took a completely different approach with GTA 4's DLCs. They didn't just add new weapons, cars, bikes, helicopters, and things like that. They also introduced brand new storylines in each DLC, with plots that would tie into the main GTA 4 DLC making the expansions feel like a natural part of the game. During the main GTA 4 story, you'll come across two characters, Johnny Klebitz and Luis Lopez. You get to play as these two characters in The Lost and Damned and The Ballad of Gay Tony respectively. Let's start with The Lost and Damned, which is a more biker-themed experience. Johnny Klebitz is a biker in The Lost MC, which is a motorcycle club and gang in the GTA franchise. If you've played GTA 5 before, then you will unfortunately remember him. If you know, then you know. Anyways, Johnny serves as the vice president of the Liberty City chapter in The Lost MC. The story kicks off with the club picking up the president, Billy Gray, after he gets out of prison. Throughout the game, you get to witness the growing tensions between the Lost MC and their rival, the Angels of Death MC. It also shows the increased conflict between Johnny and Billy, which resembles more of that president versus vice president power struggle. If you watched the show Sons of Anarchy before, then you'll definitely get a lot of vibes off of that. And because I love that show, this DLC was just perfect. Then you've got Luis Lopez in The Ballad of Gay Tony, a man of Dominican descent who was raised in Northwood and Algonquin, Liberty City. Before the game's story, Luis got involved in drug dealing and joined a gang full of pushers, eventually facing the consequences of his actions in prison. Then after Luis gets out, things start looking up when he meets Tony Prince, the guy behind two hot nightclubs, Mason at 9 and Hercules. Luis would eventually start working for him. The game takes on more of a nightlife aspect of Liberty City and shows how Tony gets himself involved in a huge mess that would eventually tie in with the main story of GTA 4. And if you've played the game before, you would know that Luis would try to do whatever he can to get Tony out of that mess. While I don't think it's really fair to compare any of the GTA games to one another, I was definitely surprised that Rockstar didn't take the same approach with Grand Theft Auto 5. But I suppose the inspiration of the character switching system, along with the idea of having 3 characters in the game, actually rooted from GTA 4 and its 2 DLCs. Regardless, GTA 4 having 2 DLC expansions definitely allows for some extra playtime and extensive repeatability. Now anybody can say what they'd like, but one of my favorite parts about GTA 4 is its gameplay. It's just far too satisfying. I'm talking about its combat, the driving, the side activities, the friendships and the hangouts, the internet browser, and just much more. There's major consequences for recklessly driving in GTA 4, making the game feel more realistic, challenging, and ultimately more rewarding. The cars have a lot of weight to them, which makes high-speed turns and sharp maneuvers much tougher. And when you do manage to dodge the other vehicles at those high speeds, it feels incredibly gratifying. The physics also plays a big part in the enjoyment of GTA 4's driving, where the car crashes are incredibly realistic and fun to watch. And speaking of physics, let's talk about the game's Euphoria system, which is one of the best Euphoria systems ever made in gaming history. It's one of the things I really do love about GTA 4, especially when it comes to the combat. The NPCs react when they're shot by either falling down or flinching, which is extremely lifelike, or even the way they react to explosives or being set on fire by a Molotov. Speaking of combat, the fist fighting system in GTA 4 is completely next level. The types of moves you can pull off to take down your opponent is unbelievable. I mean, you can literally land a quick 2-piece combo, dodge their attack, and then finish them off with a spinning back kick to the body. What's even crazier to me is that Nico, Luis, and Johnny each have their own unique fighting styles. They don't just share the same ones. Now, some people may disagree with me if they've played the game before, but I personally think that the friendships and their activities are pretty cool. You can play bowling, shoot some pool, play some darts, or go and get wasted at the bar. And plus, the character drunk dialogues are just extremely hilarious. In the DLCs, they've added more activities like air hockey, card games, and even arm wrestling. And each friend is usually good at one type of game. For example, Roman happens to be the best at bowling. No wonder he likes to say, "Let's go bowling." Not to mention, there's also some dialogue during these hangouts that gives a little backstory to each character. Most people who've played the game already probably have never even heard this dialogue before. And if you're one of those people who have played the game before and never heard this dialogue, then I would definitely go back and check it out. But GTA 4 wouldn't be complete without Liberty City. The map really fits the game's atmosphere, but more than that, it perfectly captures that authentic New York City feel. Even though Liberty City appeared in the game's precedent to GTA 4, I think Rockstar achieved a greater success here. The map is divided into 5 different areas, with 4 being boroughs of GTA 4's Liberty City. You have Broker, which is based off Brooklyn, Dukes, which is based off Queens, Algonquin, which is based off Manhattan, and Bohan, which is based off the Bronx. And to no surprise, Alderney is based off New Jersey. The layout of the whole map looks absolutely stunning, even with the different weather and time changes. Even passing through Star Junction, which is New York City's Times Square, is incredible, even with all the neon signs lit up. The city is filled with crowded sidewalks, where you'll find NPCs walking and chatting with each other, or even having conversations over the phone, truly bringing the city to life. Even the traffic density and subway stations closely mirror its real-life counterpart. And feel free to disagree, but I think GTA 4's water looks absolutely amazing. Sure, you can't dive deep into it like you would with GTA San Andreas or GTA 5, but it's still incredibly pretty nonetheless. Amongst the many reasons to play GTA 4, I think Liberty City is one of the biggest reasons to dive into the game. Its attention to detail and its moody and dark atmosphere really draws you into enjoying the storyline. You don't even need me to tell you that Liberty City is that popular where people will even try to port it to GTA 5. That's how good Liberty City is. It's a popular attraction for many players. I think we can all agree that GTA always delivers the best soundtracks, whether it's through the loading screen, the game's intro, the mission pass themes, or even the radio stations. If I had to say, I think GTA 4 really excels in this area. I mean, come on, is there a mod that makes the loading screen last longer? Because honestly, the loading screen theme is a banger. When you launch the game on PC, you'll first see the Rockstar intro screen. Then, as soon as you hit start, this kicks in. And the game's theme song? Whew, it even fits in perfectly with the intro. Unless I'm uploading gameplay to YouTube, I'm always listening to the radio. I'll even switch between the different stations in the game, my favorites being Vladivostok FM, San Juan Sounds, and Liberty Rock Radio. I'm not sure how to put this exactly, but I think the music really resonates with Nico and his journey in the game. Sometimes it's just fun to cruise around the city and vibe to these songs. The mission pass themes are incredible, and they switch up depending on the mission, which makes it even cooler. You might get done with a small mission and you hear this. Then after finishing an extremely difficult and time-consuming mission, you hear this. Yeah, it's pretty cool and unique, right? And get this, it's got almost 20 variations. I always felt like it made certain missions more rewarding and kinda gave you that subtle nod about how well you did. Even the DLCs have their own game themes and mission pass themes. People still continue to acknowledge GTA 4's amazing soundtrack today, and even talk about how the future GTA games should be approached with a larger variety of mission pass themes. I do hope GTA 6 has this as well. Now, if you've played the game before, I think it's worth revisiting to 100% it. By that, I mean literally go through and complete every random encounter, side quest, friend activity, and get every in-game collectible. The game is actually easy to 100%, but like most games, it is time consuming. In the time this game has been out, I've actually completed the game 100% twice. On my second attempt, I kept track of my 100% completion using a checklist on a website called GTA4.net. I've linked it down below in the description if you'd like to use it to make it more convenient on yourself. It also includes the 100% completion checklist for both the Ballad of Gay Tony and the Lost and Damned, as they both have their own separate from GTA 4's. Now, all this might sound like a boring experience by the way I'm describing it, but trust me, it's not. You get to really know the game a lot better, like figuring out the map, learning more about the characters through their stories, or even running into some weirdos who will totally give you the creeps. Eddie Lowe. If you did 100% the game before, tell me about it. Share your experience down below in the comment section. Tell me how long it took you, and what platform you did it on. GTA 4 and its 2 DLCs have a load of achievements you can go for on the Complete Edition. Not many of you watching this may be achievement hunters, but I think it's a lot of fun trying to go for them, like trying to get a turkey in bowling, or even try to blow 10 cars up in 10 seconds. If you're looking for a guide to help with achievement hunting, I've got one linked below that takes you to a forum post on Steam. Definitely worth checking out. For many of you who grew up playing GTA 4, revisiting it in 2025, or whenever you're watching this, will definitely bring back a flood of memories. Taking a nostalgia trip with GTA 4 is a great way to relive that past. For me, every time I play it, it takes me right back to my childhood, when I was 8 years old. I used to play this on the PlayStation 3. I'd come home from school, finish my homework, and then jump straight into the game to hang out with my friends in multiplayer. If you played GTA 4 on PC back then, you'll remember the struggle to get it running smoothly, often barely reaching 60 FPS, let alone 30. But with modern technology and improved PC specs, you can now run GTA 4 at 60 FPS or even higher without a problem. That said, even if your system can handle the game at much higher FPS, I'd recommend locking it to around 60 FPS. This isn't the video for a full explanation, but trust me, it just looks better that way. Speaking of nostalgia, remember when people used to brag about getting GTA 4 to run on their smartphones? Well, guess what? People are still trying to do that today, even with GTA 5. And yes, it's still fake. The good news is we can now play GTA Trilogy, the definitive edition, on our smartphones. But to be honest, having GTA 4 and GTA 5 on portable devices would totally be sweet. But wait, the thing is, you can actually play those two games on the go with the Steam Deck, Legion Go, which is what I have, or pretty much any other portable device. And what can I say? This is seriously impressive. The dream of playing the HD versions of GTA on the go is finally possible with these gadgets. I've never used a Steam Deck myself, but using the Legion Go gives me a good sense of how GTA 4 would run on it. It's actually outstanding for what it is, running at high quality graphic settings with hardly any impact on the performance. It's great. If you do have one of these, then I highly recommend playing GTA 4 on it. Even though you're playing the same game as you would normally on a PC or a console, the experience of playing the game on a portable device is quite unique. If this isn't a good enough reason to play GTA 4, then I don't know what is. Playing GTA 4 on PC is absolutely worth it, especially for the modding. Modding lets you experience the game in a whole new way and can really extend your playtime and enjoyment. You'd be surprised how huge the modding community still is. Modders are keeping GTA 4 alive with all kinds of cool mods. Remember when I mentioned that GTA 4 has DLCs? Well, there are mods that actually do bring some of that DLC content into the base game, like a mod called GTA 4 The Actual Complete Edition. There are also graphics mods for GTA 4 that overhaul the visuals, and there's a ton of awesome ones out there, usually using ENB, reshade, or custom time cycles. One of my favorite graphics mods to this date is Ice Enhancer 4.0 by Isla Glass and Crystalline. This mod really does a great job at keeping the aura of GTA 4 while improving its visuals and overall appeal. Some of you might remember that GTA 4 on the PC version is filled with bugs, but recently modders have done a great job in fixing many of these issues. Mods like Fusion Fix, Zalika Patch, and various fixes have played a huge role in improving the game's stability. You might also remember how GTA 4 struggles with performance on PC. Even with the top tier CPUs and GPUs, you still get random FPS stutters and drops, which is pretty frustrating. Thankfully, with the help of DXVK, GTA 4's performance has seen a major improvement. There are also plenty of mods that make GTA 4 even better, like Liberty Tweaks, Move Improve, and the Improved Animations pack, plus a whole lot more. The one shown on display is Servalet's new Paint Spray overhaul, which gives the players the option to customize their car's color while getting it repaired at a Paint Spray. Of course, modding can even go as far as adding or replacing cars in the game, or even overhauling the weapons and their sounds. Oh, and how can I forget? Trainers, or basically mod menus. There are three really good ones that I like: Z menu, Liberty Legacy, and Simple Native Trainer. You can use it as a way of helping you in the game, or you can just cause some chaos with it if you want. There are way too many mods for me to cover, and sadly, I didn't even get to mention some of the other great ones that I like, but I do have a whole playlist of them on my channel, so you can click the card on the top right to see it. Whether you decide to mod the game, play on PC, console, or even portably, GTA 4 is still a ton of fun to play today. With all these reasons, I don't see why you wouldn't pick the game up. It is a bummer that it's not available on the PS4 or PS5, which kinda sucks for PlayStation players, but you can grab it for about $20 on many other platforms. It even sometimes goes on sale for $5 during certain times of the year on Steam. If you have played this game before, then please feel free to share your experiences down below in the comments. This video is obviously filled with my opinions on the game, but I'd like to even see previous players share their opinions as well. Other than that, please show your support by liking the video and subscribing to my channel. Thank you for watching. If you're really interested in checking out some modding aspects of the game, then check out the playlists on the top and bottom right of the screen. For other GTA 4 content videos, check out the playlist on the top left. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you all next time.